So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a selection of highlight clips that I have managed to actually acquire recently. Now, just to start off with, this video is not as long as I would actually really like it to be and doesn't include as many different trophies as I would really like, but unfortunately I have been having so many issues with Call of the Wild that it has been incredibly hard to record, and I really do apologise for the lack of Call of the Wild content. I have been trying with this game, but unfortunately it is just causing me so many problems at the moment, whether it's encountering hackers over and over again in multiplayer, or just the constant crashing, making it almost just impossible to hunt in the way I would like to. It's really been quite difficult. But that said, I do have a few trophy clips, and we're starting off here with a melanistic whitetail buck. Really beautiful looking animal. The melanistic whitetail are really gorgeous, and they are actually really rare to come across, especially if you're not like grinding for whitetail. They're actually really rare, and even if you are grinding for whitetail, I have known people to go a very long time without encountering a melanistic, and a melanistic buck in particular can be a very rare trophy to actually encounter. So this was something that I got very excited to actually see when I saw it there led in the shadows, and I had to double check just to make sure it was what I thought it was, and sure enough it's a absolutely gorgeous melanistic. Not the biggest buck ever, but a decent size level 2 with a decent rack on him. Just a really beautiful looking buck. Now, sticking with the theme of beautiful whitetail, and I ended up finding a couple of piebald whitetail bucks. Now, this gives me an opportunity to talk about something with these piebalds. I have seen a lot of people recently thinking that maybe piebald spawns for things like whitetail and moose have actually been increased. I do not believe that to be the case in any way, and I'm pretty sure that the only reason you see so many piebald moose, especially at the moment, is because, well, most people are grinding for Great One Moose at the moment. They are the newest Great One, so a lot of people are grinding for them, and piebald being the most common rare for most species, including whitetail and moose, you are just going to see more of those naturally popping up when people are grinding for them. Doesn't make them any less beautiful. They are the most common rare, like I said, for moose and for whitetail, but they are still absolutely gorgeous. The piebald whitetail are especially beautiful since they got their rework. Actually, the same goes for moose as well. But I really wish these guys were a bit rarer. Same for the piebald moose. I wish the piebalds were a little bit rarer for both moose and whitetail, because they are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is a gorgeous looking deer. Really stunning. And when I saw it actually stood there drinking by the lake, that was the first thing that I thought was, gosh, what a beautiful animal. And I just wish they were a bit rarer, so that they were a bit more sought after and, you know, a bit more of a special trophy to a lot of people, because I think, especially with whitetail grinds and stuff, a lot of people sort of overlook piebalds, especially the smaller ones or the females, just because they are that bit easier to find than the other rares. But I think they're still absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to get a super rare piebald diamond whitetail one day. I think that would be such a cool trophy, and I've seen a good number of them posted. Like I said, they are the easiest rare to actually find for whitetail compared to the albinos and the melanistics, and I just think even a super rare piebald would just be such a cool trophy. They are so beautiful, and yeah, they just got better with the rework, so just a gorgeous animal. Now, I mentioned I ended up finding a couple of them. This was the other one I found, a smaller buck, but once again, just looking at it through the scope here, in this environment on Revontuli, that's just a beautiful animal. Like, if I saw that in real life, that would just be insane. And actually seeing it out there, walking around with all the vegetation and stuff in the background, it just, I don't know, that scene was so cool to me. And just taking a closer look at the model here, the face detail is so gorgeous now. The eyes, the nose, and the piebald sort of variation added to that. I just think it makes for such a stunning trophy. Honestly, I really, really do. And like I said, I really hope that one day they might make these guys just a little bit rarer so that they are a little bit more sought after, because yeah, I think these guys are highly, highly underappreciated, especially, like I said, these days with Great One Whitetail and Great One Whitetail grinds constantly going on. I feel that these guys don't get as much appreciation as I feel that they really should, because yeah, absolutely stunning deer. Even a small one like this I think is really beautiful. Not a fan of the rack, unfortunately, on this one. I wish that this rack was a bit different. I don't really like these weird looking racks that are just kind of straight out, but still a really beautiful looking deer. I mean, it's still really, really gorgeous. And managed to drop him there with the Zaza 308 again. That was the same weapon that I used on the previous one as well. 308 is such a good weapon for the whitetail. Managed to drop them both really quickly, so yeah, absolutely fantastic. Sticking with the theme of whitetail and still on Revontuuli coast, and we have this really, really nice buck, a level 3, and I knew with that rack he was going to make diamond. That is a really awesome looking buck. Although saying that, I have seen this rack troll, I think maybe twice or 3 times, but not for me personally. I've seen it posted as a troll by other people, and it's really weird because this rack I associate with just being a guaranteed diamond, but as you will have seen by the estimate, it's not guaranteed. And like I said, seeing this particular rack troll for a couple of people has been really unusual. But most of the time, it does end up making diamond, and it does in this case as well. 261.76, so a good bit over that diamond requirement, and a really awesome looking buck. I really actually like this rack. It's got a decent amount of mass to it. That's one of the things that I really am I don't like about the smaller diamond whitetail and some of the smaller whitetail in general, is how thin the racks look. They just don't have the mass to them, especially on some of the tines. But this rack has a good amount of mass to it, and I actually really like that about this rack. This rack or the really big rack would be my personal favourites, honestly, out of the diamond whitetail racks. I just think they look really, really good, and it's just a nice looking buck. I mean, those tines are absolutely huge, and seeing him feeding out there was a really, really cool thing to actually see. I've been spending a lot of time on Revontuuli looking for the diamond mountain hare, which I still don't have, the only diamond in the game that I am still searching for, and I keep ending up finding cool whitetail trophies, and I'm not going to complain. Even though I've shot a lot of diamond whitetail in the past, I still get excited seeing that level 3 pop up, because you never know if it's going to be unique in some way, have a twisted rack, or, you know, maybe end up being a rare if you're really, really lucky. But yeah, just a cool thing to actually find, so super happy about that. Now, in this video, there are going to be a lot of waterfowl clips, and we're starting off here with a level 3 mallard, and I waited a while for this guy to actually come in. I saw him fly over the top of me, and I couldn't tell what plumage type he actually was, so put out all the decoys, waited for him to come in, and eventually he did. Now, he is just the sort of common standard plumage type for the mallards. I believe they call it black-brown or something like that. But even still, can we take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the mallards with these new models? I think I've only shot maybe 1 diamond mallard since they got the new models, if any at all, and they just are so beautiful. The detail on these are just absolutely stunning. And he is a diamond at 20.32, and yeah, it is black-brown for the common plumage type. This is your sort of bog standard common mallard. I would really love to get a piebald diamond or a brown hybrid diamond. I actually got trolled once by a brown hybrid level 3 mallard, and I will never forget it, because I would have been so excited for that to actually be a diamond, and I got trolled by it. So I've never had anything other than common diamond mallards, so I think it would be cool to eventually get a different plumage type. But like I said, this is still a really, really beautiful bird, and I was actually really happy to finally get another diamond mallard. They do seem to be harder to get nowadays than they used to be, so that was still a really cool thing to find. Now, this was a little interesting one to have pop up. I've had a couple of these in videos before. Now, this is actually a dark variant, which is a rare, for the goldeneye females. Now, the way that you can tell that you have a dark female goldeneye in front of you is the little yellow bit on the end of the beak there. That is the dead giveaway that you are looking at a rare female goldeneye. And you can see their plumage type dark. So that is a dark female. And they are absolutely beautiful. I actually really like the little yellow accent on the end of the beak. The head is of course a little bit darker and the plumage overall is darker than a normal female goldeneye. But it can be hard to tell, you know, especially with lighting. So like I said, the dead giveaway, if you're actually keeping an eye out to see if you have one of these, is that little yellow bit on the end of the beak. And this is a proper rare. I've only seen a few of them, but they are really cool. I would really like to get another leucistic female for these guys, because there's a leucistic variant that I don't have in the lodge. I do have one of the leucistic female variants, but I don't have one of them, and I really would like to get that for the lodge. But that was a really awesome little thing to have come in, so I was super happy to see that. Then, moving on, we have a level 3 once again, but this time a level 3 tufted duck. Managed to drop him there with the 22 and actually had a close encounter with a female there, which I always get amused when the ducks end up landing really close. I don't know why, they're just, the expressions on their faces can be quite comical. But we have this absolutely beautiful level 3 male down, and something that I really appreciate that they did with the tufted duck models is give them this iridescence on the neck that is quite subtle, but it is definitely still there, and I think it is a really beautiful detail that they managed to capture, and I absolutely love that about the tufted duck models. Now this guy is a diamond at 969.18, which isn't huge when the diamond requirement is 963, but still a really good, really good size tufted duck. And I've not shot a whole lot of diamond tufted ducks, so really excited to actually get another one for the lodge. Again, I think that the new waterfowl are just so fantastic, and I absolutely love getting diamonds for them. I really would love to find a leucistic male tufted duck. I've seen some posted, they are absolutely gorgeous. The only rare male tufted duck I have is actually an albino, which unfortunately I never got to record me actually shooting it because I had some problems with my recording software. I managed to record me picking it up, but I'd love to either find another albino and actually get the full encounter on film for a video, or I'd love to find another, well, not another leucistic, but a leucistic in general. I think would be a really cool thing. Now, moving on to the next duck, and we have a level 3 Eurasian teal. Now, these guys are my favourite of the waterfowl in the game. They are absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at the coloration on these guys. They are so gorgeous. That sort of light grey mixed with the yellow there on the underside of the tail, the dark brown on the head with the green accent, and of course the green accents on the wings. Just a gorgeous bird. They did such a good job with making these just one of the most beautiful animals in game, if not the most beautiful. They are absolutely stunning. So getting another diamond, I'm always happy to put more diamonds of these in the lodge. If we need to fill small plaques, I'm always happy to put these guys on display. They are just absolutely amazing looking birds. And I remember when we first saw the models being revealed on stream that I thought these were going to be my favourite, and yeah, they absolutely are. Plus they've got some amazing rares. There's a couple of hybrids, which I'm lucky enough to have one of the hybrid variations. I'd love to find the other, and some other beautiful rares as well. So really cool bird, and I'd love to get some more of them in the trophy lodge. Now, to finish up, we have a rare that I have never encountered, and it actually took me a moment taking a look at this to make sure that I actually was looking at what I thought I was looking at. So we have a level 2 male Eurasian widgeon here, and I was pretty sure he's not a normal one. And I took a closer look there through the scope, and yep, that is exactly what I thought it is. That is a eclipse male widgeon, which is a really cool thing to actually find. I've only shot a couple of eclipse birds, and I think that the fact that the eclipse plumage type is actually in the game as a rare is really cool. And just taking a look at the detail here in the feathers, it's such a cool thing. Now, eclipse is actually a thing that happens in real life. It's basically the birds going between breeding plumage and winter plumage. Highly recommend you go and do some reading on it if you're interested in that kind of thing, because yeah, eclipse plumage in real life is really cool, and actually seeing it in game is something that I absolutely love. You can see that this male looks more like a female in terms of plumage than your normal Eurasian widgeon, and that is because of it being in the eclipse plumage type. That is because it is in the eclipse state where it is going between the different plumage varieties, I guess, from the mating and breeding variety down to the winter variety. So it's really, really cool, and I absolutely love that this is something they decided to put in game. I've shot an eclipse goldeneye once, which was really, really cool, and I know I shot an eclipse tufted duck during the early access, but I've never managed to get one in the live game. So again, that's something I'd really like to find. There's a lot of waterfowl trophies I really want to find, and they're all really cool. Some of the hybrid varieties as well are just awesome. I've seen pictures of them, but they are really, really rare from what I can tell. So I absolutely love finding these different rares, and this is one that I am really ecstatic to put into the trophy lodge. Such a gorgeous looking bird. I love the way that the different feathers combine. I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. But that is going to be it for this video, so I really hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. Again, I am really, really sorry that this isn't perhaps my normal style of video. It doesn't have as many trophies in it as normal, and it has taken longer to produce than I would like. But like I said, I'm running into so many issues. Even with things like single player, I'm encountering bugs and stuff, and it's a bit unfortunate at the moment. And I'm really hoping that with the next big update, which should hopefully be in the next couple of months, I'm really hoping that they'll fix the stability issues that myself and a lot of other people are having, because it is making the game hard to play at the moment, and especially when it's, you know, my type of play style is multiplayer hopping. You know, you finally get into a good session and then you crash, or, you know, once you fast travel somewhere after, you know, maybe 20 minutes or something. So it makes recording and actually going on hunts and actually trying to find things really, really difficult. So yeah, I really do apologise for that. I know that there's been a lot of requests for more Call of the Wild content. I am working on it as best as I can, as well as trying to work on other content for other games. So it's just unfortunate that it is so buggy and crashy at the moment. If it wasn't, then maybe things would be a little bit easier. So I'm just holding out hope that with that next big update that there will be some stability fixes. But like I said, that is going to be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.